Good morning, my dear friends. Welcome to day 5 of our 11-day breath by breath, step-by-step approach to mindfulness. We are practicing being conscious of our breath, being aware of our breath every moment of the day, not just for the 45 minutes or 1 hour that we are sitting here. So we've gone through several lessons over the last 4 days, and we're going to learn a couple of more steps today. We're going to learn a couple of things today in terms of how this whole mindfulness thing came up, what was Buddha's teaching, and what is Anapanasati Sutta. So I'm sure all of you have been practicing the exercises that we are giving. And so you're also realizing that calmness, the clarity, and maybe some of you are seeing some aspects of enjoying or experiencing every moment of life a lot more richer than it used to be before. So before we dive into today's meditation practice, so you're going to introduce one more step in our observation stage. So as always, a quick fastest finger exercise. So what did we learn yesterday? Just trying to open the chat window here. All right, so what did we learn yesterday? What were your key learnings? What were the key things that we learned? Some 2 or 3 things that we learned yesterday. What was yesterday's topic about? Effect of breath on energy centers. How many nadis do we have? 72,000 nadis, not 3 nadis. And what are the 3 nadis? 3 primary nadis. Yes, 7 chakras. Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Wonderful. Does Ida flow on the left side or the right side? Left, sure. Ida flows through the left nostril. Pingala, obviously, is on the right nostril. Which of it controls the parasympathetic nervous system? We spoke about that on day 2. Which of Ida or Pingala? Ida, yes, Ida. Ida focuses on the parasympathetic and Pingala focuses on the sympathetic nervous system. So wonderful. And what was the additional step we introduced in yesterday's meditation session? Yesterday, gratitude. Yes, wonderful. So we will continue the practice of gratitude again. So we do the relaxation, focusing. I'll come to that in a minute. So wonderful, my dear friends. Thanks for, mindful eating. I'll come to the exercise later, just before we get into meditation. All right. So you've been seeing the slide and you've been practicing this in different forms. Yes, sir, did you have a question? Someone's hand is raised. Can you please type it in the chat window? On my screen, they're all right. So so let's take that question here as well, right? So mindfulness, we've been practicing different forms of mindfulness. Today we will do a different set. So how many of you practiced mindfulness eating? Okay, mindful eating, observing the taste, etc. Wonderful. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you. And So yesterday we had the exercise of deep mindful eating. How many of you practiced it? And what difference did you find? Did you really practice? I mean, were you able to observe your food being chewed completely and then going in as liquid? Were you able to stop at the right time? Were you able to appreciate a food much richer, much better than the same food that you probably ate earlier with a lot of thoughts? Yes, taste was enhanced. Eating water, yeah, they talk about it, right? Eat your drink and drink your food. I think something like that. The chewing, yes, simply joy, better to appreciate the food mature. Yes, yes, my dear friends, and that is how we are supposed to be eating. Unfortunately, the modern social circumstances and all the distractions. And once you eat consciously, that itself is a big lever for improvement of our health. You don't need to do anything else. Just breathing, conscious eating, all that is it. Yeah, proposition reduced. Absolutely. A lot of people communicate that. They're able to eat only as much as they want, not really as much as the mind wants, or as much as they need. All right, so wonderful. Thank you for doing the exercise. Today's exercise, we will talk before we do our session, the lecture session. So I want to quickly again lay a bit more emphasis on the mindfulness practice, the mindfulness meditation that we've been doing. So mindfulness is three things. Again, attention, awareness, non-judgment. Not judging anything, whether it is while eating, while doing an activity, or even while breathing, or when we are doing meditation. All right. So the three most important principles for success with mindfulness is number one is relaxing and letting go. Do not control your breath while you are observing your breath. Do not try to do a lot of things. Do not put in too much effort. Do not strain yourself. And then engaging deeply with your experience. I keep mentioning that in my guided meditation as well. Experience the joy of breath. Experience the joy of breathing. The joy will only expand. Today we're going to give in the next step, and on Sunday or Saturday we're going to do the body scan. After that, the experience will just expand. All right, the joy of experiencing your full breath. The third thing is curiosity and freshness of mind. Every breath is new. Just observe. Am I breathing through left nose, right nose? Where are the sensations I have? Each breath is new, not taking it for granted. So relaxing and letting go. As I keep saying, no physical strain, physical emphasis on any part of the body. Similarly, no mental strain, no headache. You shouldn't be getting headache or heaviness in the head. Right? So there is a Zen parable, Zen story. A student was practicing with a Zen master, mindfulness meditation. He was practicing it, and then he thought he was still not enlightened. He was not still, still not going to the depth of meditation. He goes to the Zen master and asks, Master, if I work very hard, if I do like 8 to 10 hours of meditation and practice every day, how soon can I be enlightened? The master says 10 years. And then he says, no, if I increase my timing, let's say 12 hours, I sit on meditation, I sit on conscious breathing, I sit on all the practices. Will I get enlightened much sooner? The master says, oh, sorry, I made a mistake. It will take 20 years. So the point is, it's not about the trying to achieve something through meditation. It's not about getting somewhere. It's not about the destination, right? It's about the journey. And as I keep on saying, the only incorrect or bad meditation that you can do is the one that you did not do. So relaxing and letting go is one of the key principles for meditation. I mean, you let go of thoughts, let go of distractions, let go of the result or the analysis of meditation, or how was it good, or whatever be, that is what we do in gratitude exercise. Whatever be the exercise, whatever be the feeling, we are grateful for the 35, 40 minutes that we've sat during the meditation. And engage deeply with your experience, right? I mean, from now onwards, it's going to, now we've been focusing our attention. Today, we're going to expand a little bit. We're going to feel the breath, the entire breath cycle. And in a couple of days, you're going to feel an entire body breathing. So you'll have to engage deeply with your experience. Again, no analysis, no judgment. And every day is going to be fresh. As I said, yesterday's meditation was good. Today's meditation doesn't need to be good. Yesterday's meditation was bad. Today's meditation doesn't need to be the same way. Yesterday, the music was good. Today, the music is different. Right? As we said, our body is different. Our thoughts are different. The food we had yesterday compared to the day before yesterday is different. So, my dear friends, the three important principles, and I keep saying this is the same three principles that apply to life as well. Relaxing and letting go, not getting attached too much to things or our situations, engaging deeply with our every moment of experience, and always seeing the next moment, the next day, the next hour, the next interaction, the next meal with some curiosity and freshness of mind, so that we don't carry the past into that particular moment. And a lot of masters have said there's a difference between thinking and observing. So that is why that second phase of meditation that we are doing is called observing your breath. Like I showed one of the slides in the earlier, right? You're observing a forest, you're observing things from outside of it. That is why we're observing our thoughts, we're observing sensations, right? We're observing the noise in our mind, right? We are not submerged into thinking tons of things. We are seeing whatever is happening. That is what is mindfulness. In the moment, breath is happening, body movements are happening, sensations are happening. That is all. Thoughts are happening. You're observing the thought, bringing your attention back to it. But you are in control. That is why I keep saying the posture should be conscious. You have to be conscious every moment. No drooping down, no getting into sleep, and things like that, right? And observation, again, I'm repeating the slide. So it's conscious breathing. You're observing your normal breathing. Do not change anything about your breathing. Follow the cycle of your breath and be aware of thoughts, movements, and all that. So today, we'll also introduce one step, because I'm showing this picture up here. We learned several techniques for getting beyond mind wandering. We learned counting, we learned labeling. The third technique, another technique, is about connecting. So as you can see, every breath has a beginning and an end, right? The beginning of an inhale, end of an inhale, beginning of an exhale, end of an exhale. So one technique is you can closely observe the points and can start connecting the points. So this is the beginning of an inhale, ending of an inhale, beginning of an exhale, ending of an exhale. And over time, you'll start feeling the gaps in between your inhale and exhale. That's your connection to your inner self, your consciousness, right? As I said, your breath slows down. As your breath slows down, inhale and exhale, the gaps increase. So you can connect these different points so that what we are doing is we are giving the mind a little bit more things to engage so that it doesn't wander away. You're still focused on the breath. You're focused on the finer details of the breath. But again, no judgment, no analysis. So your mind doesn't wander. All right. So as we know, there are three parts to breathfulness meditation: relaxation, observation, and appreciation. We started with relaxation. Then we started with phase one of the observation. And today we're going to introduce one more step of following your breath, awareness of your breath cycle. And yesterday we started introducing the appreciation part. Appreciation is nothing but recall three things, three situations, or three people to whom you want to feel grateful for whatever happened in the last 24 hours. And then you say thank you to them in your mind. And gratitude is one of the highest emotions. It's of the heart chakra. So whenever anything that you're thankful for grows. That's another law. We talk about law of attraction or law of the secret, right? So awareness of breath cycle. So that is what we're going to do. And let me explain what I mean by following your breath. So we all know as we breathe in, air flows in into our nose, goes through our windpipe, comes into your lungs. And first day we saw the lungs push the diaphragm and your stomach expands. And then when you exhale, your lungs contract and then your stomach contracts as well and goes in, and then air comes out of it. This is what is happening every moment of our life, right? We are only increasing our awareness of this whole thing. So last few days, we've been focusing only on at our nose because we wanted to develop the skill of attention or concentration. Today, we're going to expand the awareness a little bit because we have to develop the skill of awareness as well. So today, we're going to follow the breath. The last 10 minutes, so I will ask you to shift to the following the breath phase, where you observe your breath going in, maybe some sensations here, feel any sensations in your chest, feel your tummy movement, and then observe, follow the breath as you breathe out. So you're following the movement of your breath. You're following the sensations as you breathe in, as you breathe out. That is all. But again, don't expand your awareness to other parts of the body. That is the next step. So today, 5 minutes of equal breathing, 20 minutes of focusing your attention on the breath, and then last 10 minutes, we will focus on the following the breath. Tomorrow, we'll change the equation, following the breath, and then last 3 minutes, we'll express our gratitude. All right? 5 minutes of equal breathing, 20 minutes of focusing, 10 minutes of following your breath, and 3 minutes of gratitude. All right? Wonderful. So how is it different from focusing? Focusing our awareness is only at the nose. If you've not been practicing that, then that's different. So focusing is, our awareness was, we didn't mind the body movements. We didn't mind the sensations here. So focusing was always at the nose. We were confined our awareness only to the nose or the upper lip. Now we are expanding our awareness. We are following the breath as it, because there are some movements happening, right? There are some sensations happening. We're slowly expanding our awareness. And once we do the body scan, whole body will be exposed to a heightened awareness, and then we'll start experiencing energy flows in different parts of the body. So that's the difference. All right. Wonderful. So let's dive into our practice of meditation. You just please get into the posture. All of you know the posture. All right, my dear friends, let's begin our breathfulness practice for today. Just get into a comfortable, easy posture. Remove your spectacles. Clasp your fingers. Cross your feet at your ankle. Close your eyes. Keep your back, neck, and head straight, easy, and relaxed. Slowly bring your attention to your breathing. And let's start our equal breathing technique. Breathe in slow, long, easy to a count of 3 or 4. Breathe out to an equal count. Feel your abdomen going out and in. Be conscious of your breathing. Be conscious of your counting. Be conscious of your abdominal movements. We are warming up for our breathfulness practice. Do not encourage any distractions. Feel your breath, body, and mind getting centered, getting aligned. Continue to be with your equal breathing, last 2 minutes. You feel absolutely relaxed, no strain in your breathing. Wonderful. Now, my dear friends, drop your equal breathing and let's move into the observation stage. Bring your attention and awareness to your nose and start observing your breath just at your nose. We'll do this for the next 20 minutes. All your awareness only at the nose. Your attention on your every breath. Be aware of the sensations on the upper lip, at the entrance to your nose or inside your nose. No analysis. If you get distracted, if your mind is wandering, please use any of the techniques, counting, labeling, or connecting the different points of your breath. Just observe your normal, natural breath at your nose. Do not encourage any thoughts. Do not focus on any other parts of the body. Your breath with your nose. Continue to be with your breath at your nose, my dear friends. We are developing the skill of concentration in this step. Concentration or attention is the important foundation for all meditation practices. As you breathe in and breathe out, avoid thoughts, avoid analysis. Be curious about every breath. We've been learning a lot of things from our breath. We're enhancing our power of concentration and awareness through our close observation of our breath. Patriji says, breath is your guru. Just be with your breath. All else will happen. Every time you recognize a thought, a distraction, please observe and gently move your attention back to your breathing. Be aware of all that is happening around your nose. As air moves into your nose and out of your nostrils, there will be some sensations. The more we practice, as our awareness increases, we'll start feeling all those sensations. Your focus for the next 10 minutes is just at your nose. Every breath is different. So it's important to observe your every breath. Do not compare your breaths, do not alter your breath. Wonderful. Be conscious of your posture. Be in control of your awareness. Do not let your mind wander. All your attention and awareness at your nose, on your breath. Feel the space in your mind that's created by focusing on just one thing. Feel the silence or reduction of all other thoughts. Continue to be with your breath at your nose. Wonderful. Now, my dear friends, let's move into the next step in the observation stage. We learned about following our breath. Slowly expand your awareness and start observing your breath as it moves into your nose. Then feel any sensations you may feel in your throat region. Then feel any movements in your chest, in the movements in the abdomen. And then as you breathe out, feel your abdomen going in, any sensations in your chest region, any sensations in your throat region, and feel the sensations in your nose as the breath goes out. So follow this beautiful cycle of breathing in an absolutely relaxed manner. Do not allow any analysis to creep in. Please observe whatever sensations you are able to feel. You may not be able to feel the entire cycle at the beginning. That is okay. We're expanding our awareness from just our nose to the places where our breath travels as we breathe every moment. Enjoy the process of breathing. Follow your whole breath. Keep your neck, back, and head straight. Keep your eyebrows and forehead relaxed. There will be no pressure on any of your body parts. Keep your hands relaxed as well. The only thing that should occupy your consciousness is observing every part of your breath as it travels from at the entrance to your nose, all the way through your throat region, your chest region, your abdomen region. Observe all the movements and sensations due to the breath. Ignore all sensations or thoughts that are not due to the breath. Every time you are conscious of your complete breath, you're activating the parasympathetic nervous system. You're activating the relaxation response. Your body heals, your mind heals. Continue to follow your beautiful breath, my dear friends, for the next 10 minutes. Wonderful, my dear friends. Continue to follow your beautiful breath. Feel the joy from the sensations and movements that happen as you breathe in and breathe out normally, naturally. Do not let your attention move away from your breath. Last 5 minutes of observing your breath cycle. Continue to follow your breath cycle, my dear friends. Follow the breath. Be with your breath. Last 2 minutes. Wonderful. My dear friends, now we will move into the gratitude stage of our breathfulness practice for today. Gently move your awareness to your heart region. Recall your experience for the last 40 minutes. Be thankful, be grateful to all your experience. With that same feeling of gratitude, bring up 3 things, people or situations from the last 24 hours. Recollect each one of them in your mind and express gratitude to that thing, person, or situation from your heart, not from your mind. Feel grateful. Anything that we are grateful for multiplies. That is the law of abundance. Next, express gratitude to all life on our planet Earth, the plants, the trees, the animals, all the things that are in the pranic field. Lastly, let's be thankful for all the people in our lives, in our family, our friends, people at work, people who help us get from a place to another place, all the people that govern, our teachers. Express gratitude to all of them. with that feeling of gratitude in our heart, body completely relaxed, and our mind calmed down. My dear friends, let's emerge from today's breathfulness practice. It's been a wonderful session. Slowly become aware of your body, become aware of the room that you are in. Slowly unclasp your fingers, place your palms on your eyes for a few seconds, and you can open when you're ready. Wonderful. I hope quite a few of you were able to transition from focusing to following your breath. How many of you were able to feel a difference when you're following your entire breath cycle? We're able to feel an expanded awareness. We're able to follow each part of your breath cycle, observe sensations in different parts due to your breath. Yes, still upper body. Yeah, so a lot of Buddhist teachings make that difference. We keep emphasizing the sensations, the movements only due to our breathing. So when we breathe, whatever happens is what we'll be following, because there may be other sensations because of the air, because of the fan, because of the itch or pain. So all that needs to be ignored, right? They're all distractions. The next phase, we will include all of them. A lot of shivering the body. Yes, we will. Yeah, so they're all experience of the body. So wonderful, my dear friends. So we moved on to move a few steps ahead in our step-by-step breathfulness meditation practice. So today's exercise, we will take questions during the Q&A. We'll keep the talk brief. So today's exercise is, some of you might have guessed, mindful walking. So we practiced mindful eating for the last couple of days, mindful walking. And Buddhists call this as walking meditation as well. And when you're not able to do your morning meditation practice, so you can always use your walking as a meditation. What do we do when we do? What do we mean by mindful walking? What are the three parts in our mindfulness equation? Did someone type it? What are the three parts in our mindfulness equation? Yes. Attention, awareness, and non-judgment. Wonderful. So exactly the same thing we're going to follow as you walk. Walking again, attention on your walking, attention on the steps that we are making, not listening to audio, not watching your phones. Better keep your phones away when you're walking, right? So attention on your walking. Awareness of all the things that are happening inside you and outside you. What are the things that are happening inside you? You are moving, you are waving your hands, you are keeping your step, right? Feel the tension or the muscle or the relaxation in your muscles. Feel your body movements. Feel the way your body moves. Feel the space as you go across, as your body moves, right? Feel your hand the way it is moving. Feel your legs, the way you're keeping your ankle, keeping your foot, the pressure in your ankle, and the pressure that happens when you lift your leg and then keep it in the next step. So be mindful of all that. Be mindful of the way you look. So that is all being aware of whatever happens in your body. At the same time, as you walk, there are a lot of things that are happening around you. There are some sounds, there are some noises, pleasant, unpleasant. There is imagery, there's probably greenery, there are houses. So they're taking all those. And what do we do all those? Non-judgment, not judging any of these. Suddenly, as you keep walking, suddenly someone honks. Oh my God, why is he honking early in the morning? No. So no observations, no thoughts, just allow it to come into your awareness and let go. Come into your awareness, let go. Feel that experience. Because Buddha says everything that comes to your senses has an impact on your energy body. Like yesterday we discussed. Tomorrow we'll talk about emotions, right? So feel the experience of walking. Your mind should be calm. Again, no thoughts, no judgment, no analysis, nothing. So as you walk, attention on your walking, just like we're focusing attention on our breathing, being aware of all the movements, all the sensations that are happening inside your body as well as outside your body. No analysis, no judgment, no thoughts. All right, so you are aware, so you'll completely be conscious. But again, the instruction is not about focusing on your breath. Breathing will happen. If you start focusing on your breath, then you lose attention and awareness of what is happening outside. All right, so that is mindful walking. I'll try to share a link to an article as well in the WhatsApp group. All right. So mindful walking is the exercise. Whatever way you walk, try to practice minimum of 20 minutes or 30 minutes of mindful walking any time of the day. And I know some of you may already have a walking practice. So only thing, if you have a couple of people around you, it's maybe a difficult. Maybe you can also teach them this is, let's walk, do mindful walking for today. They'll come back and appreciate you. So with that, let's dive into today's talk. So today I just want to cover where is all this knowledge, all this wisdom coming from? So where is all this knowledge that we've been talking about, mindfulness of breathing, all this coming about? So it's all coming about from Gautam Buddha. So as you know, a lot of us know the story about Gautam Buddha. So he was born into a princely family, but was destined to be bringing in the secret of transformation, secret of getting away from suffering to the world. So all of us know, so his father knew that from an astrologer, and his father did all the things to avoid Gautam Buddha to be exposed to the world. But as destiny had it, one day he saw someone carrying a dead body, and that started having him ask a lot of questions. So after a long time, he snuck out of his father's palace with the goal of seeking a meditation teacher. Right? So there are concentration practices in all the cultures. So he thought, I want to find the reason of why the suffering happens, why we are the way we are, why there is pain. And he felt that need for answer will come only through meditation or spiritual practices. So he went to multiple teachers. His first teacher, Aradakalama, taught him how to enter into the deep states of samadhi, deep states of absorption. Because Buddha was a natural to it, he was able to learn all that meditation techniques much faster and master it in a faster time. So he was like what Muhammad Ali was to boxing, or Bobby Fischer was to chess, or Mozart was to music. He immediately absorbed it, and he was able to learn whatever the master had within no time. But then he still did not feel satisfied. And then he was always curious, right? And today we talked about curiosity. He was always curious. No, I am able to get my mind calmer. I'm able to become peaceful, but I still not found the reason for suffering. Still not found my answer. So he went to multiple teachers. Another teacher called Udakka Ramaputta. So he also taught him different types of meditation. And at that time, in India, there were tons of yogic practices, meditation practices. Even now, a lot of people practice different states of absorption. Again, Siddhartha, as he was called, was able to master these new teachers' techniques very quickly. And again, this master, Ramaputta, also told him, yeah, that's all I have to teach. You learned everything. If you want, come and be a master with me. But then again, Buddha did not find the answer. So he went to a lot of other practices, right? A lot of ascetic practices like, levitation, walking on fire, things like that. So all those siddhis, what we know as Siddhis later. He also learned all those, but then still said, "This is not. I'm able to calm my mind. I know I can realize the powers from myself, but still I don't find the answer." And that is when, at the end, he went and sat under the famous Bodhi tree and started just sitting silently. As he sat silently, the only thing, because of his highly concentrated, calm mind, the only thing that he was able to feel or observe was his breath. And as he was focusing on his breath, he observed the variations in the breath. He observed the sensations that happen in the breath. And he said, and he came to this realization, wow, it's all due to the impermanent nature of things. Whereas you breathe in, we will talk about impermanence in one of the sessions. So as you breathe in, there are a lot of things that happen. The moment we are mindful of, the moment we are aware of each and everything, then we do not get hooked on to, this is the kind of feeling I want. That's what he came about, right? Tanha, craving. He said craving for things to be the way I want, or for things not to be the way I do not want, is the cause for suffering. So we will talk about those insights on our day 10. But today I just want to cover this text. So having learned Anapanasati, having learned mindfulness of breathing, Buddha traveled all over, gave a lot of sermons, a lot of texts that Buddhists have. There's something called Satipatthana Sutta and Sutras. Sutta is the Pali word for sutras. So Anapanasati. So he delivered a discourse which was codified as Anapanasati Sutras. So all that we are practicing comes from that ancient Buddhist text. It's also called the foundations of mindfulness. And the sutras are very similar, very easy, just like Yoga Sutras are, I think, around 195. These are just 16 sutras, and each of them is divided into 4 sutras each. And they call it tetrad. You can read, for those of you who are curious, who want to know more about it. There are a lot of books available on the internet, right? So what are these sutras, right? The first 4 sutras, or the first tetrad, talk about, okay, so physical body. Yesterday we looked at the Panchakoshas, right? So there is a parallel here. So the first 4 sutras talk about your breath and your body. And the next 4 sutras talk about your emotions, your feelings, right? And then the third 4 sutras, the third tetrad, talks about your mind, your thoughts. How do you steady your mind? How do you understand your mind, right? And the last 4 sutras are the truths, like impermanence, non-craving, cessation. We'll talk about all that on day 10 and day 11. If you look at it, there is a parallel to the koshas that we've been talking about, and there is a parallel to the meditation that we are doing. We covered what happens due to breathfulness in the physical body on day 2 and 3. Yesterday, we talked about the energy body, right? And we'll go a little bit more deeper on the emotions tomorrow. And on Sunday, we will be doing a long meditation with this body scan. There'll be no lecture, but complete body scan that will allow us to move into the subsequent step of flowing with our breath. And parallelly, our meditation steps are also incremental along with these sutras. So these 4 are what Buddha and Buddhist text talks about the foundation of mindfulness. So first, you have to be aware of what is happening in the body. When you breathe, what happens in your body? There are abdominal movements. There are sensations. When you breathe, there are some feelings. There are some thoughts. We are aware of it. As we continue to be aware of our feelings and thoughts, and then let go, move beyond that, then we become mindful of the truths. Impermanence. Everything comes and everything goes. The fact of letting go, right? And then you feel that bliss state. So these are the 4 foundations of mindfulness. And these are also called, in Buddhist Pali language, the contemplation of the body is called kayanupasana. Contemplation of feeling, Vedana. Vedana is emotions, and I think in Sanskrit as well. So Kaya is body, Vedana is emotions, Chitta is consciousness or mind or mental formations, Dhammas are the truths. Buddha's, he talks about a lot of truths, right? And things like impermanence, sensation, letting go, and non-attachment. So we are following those four: contemplation of the body, contemplation of feeling, Vedana Anupasana, contemplation of consciousness, Chitta Anupasana, and then contemplation of mental objects, the truths that all spiritual traditions teach us. So these are the four foundations of mindfulness. That is what we are practicing in everything that we do. We started with the breath. We started the same thing with when we are eating food. And today we're going to practice mindful walking. Same thing. Be aware of your body. Be aware of your feelings. Be aware of your thoughts. Do not get attached to thoughts. And then consider everything impermanent. So don't observe, oh, wonderful, this is a wonderful flower. So the moment you stop and start appreciating, then you're activating your mind. There's a flower, it's in this color, let go, move on to the next one, right? So you start experiencing everything every moment. A lot of people have come back, some of my students have come back and said, in fact, when I did this session, when I was in London, one of the gentlemen said, there we do a lot of walking, right? So we said, I mean, I used to go the same street, same route from my house to the metro, the London Underground station, right? And there used to be a tree, I never even noticed that there was this wonderful tree, right? So that expands your awareness. You'll also notice a lot of things, but then don't let your mind wander as you walk on Bangalore or wherever you are, the pavements. There will be humps in the pavement, be aware of it. Don't be in a different state. So your payment will be uneven. Don't complain. Don't, don't judge anything there. The payment is there, so is it. It's there for your walking. Walk to your best of your ability and awareness. All right. So no complaints, no judgment, no resistance. So just accepting as things are. All right. So my dear friends, so that was a short talk. I wanted to emphasize the origin or the source of all the teachings and wisdom that we've been practicing. It's from the Anapanasati Sutras, and modern science has given it, modern science and psychologists, modern neuroscience and psychologists have given a modern perspective or a framework to understanding these. Right? Even when I was young, if someone came and told me, do this is what will happen, like Patriji says, I wouldn't have appreciated it. But coming from a science and engineering background, we always want to understand how it works, which is what we are covering in the post-meditation talks. We talked about body, we talked about energy system. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about our emotional body, our emotions. So tomorrow we'll talk about emotions and feelings. Sunday we will do body scan, and then we will continue forward. All right. So with that, my dear friends, let's open it up for Q&A. Any questions? There were a couple of questions, I thought. But I really appreciate all the people who are opening their videos. I really appreciate people maintaining their posture. I see today everyone was pretty conscious about their posture. And I also appreciate your attentiveness to the class. You're answering the questions and doing the exercise as well. For those of you who are not, there is still time to catch up. How to deal with any situation which comes up suddenly? I still feel swept away and head goes for a spin and not knowing what to do. Could you please help? Ma'am, sirs, I think it is expanded awareness. So please continue the practice of mindfulness. As you continue to become mindful, as you continue to believe what's out there is temporary, that is not the cause for your problem, that is not a solution. Solutions happen here, problems get created here, not out there. So once we start realizing that wisdom, once we get this practice of meditation or mindfulness correct, so you will not feel attached to the problems out there. When I observe my breath, I feel it's not deep and doesn't even go till the chest. So I try to lengthen my breath, and that makes it difficult to breathe. So madam, you do not change your breath, right? When you observe your breath, if it is deep, so be it. If it is shallow, so be it. That is all. Our breath keeps changing. You know the right way of breathing now. So as long as you're breathing right, as long as you're doing abdominal breathing, things are fine, right? So do not change your breathing. It will automatically fall into place. The only thing that will fix all things is the light of consciousness. Once you start throwing the light of awareness, light of consciousness, things will automatically correct itself. It will happen. You don't need to do anything. Hissing, sound, and saliva too much during meditation, like we spoke yesterday, they're all the side effects, the positive side effects of becoming more aware of meditation. Perfectly normal, it will go away. It was easy to have food without talking, watching TV or phone, but keeping away thoughts and focusing on food was difficult. Every few seconds, I had to bring back from thought. Wonderful, yes. That's what is eating meditation, right? Every time you bring your attention back, it should be good. So, okay, so all right, let me. All right, so let's take questions on the audio. So let's begin with Mr. Kailash. Can you unmute yourself?
Good morning, sir. So I think I'm just right now thinking about when initially when you start talking about breathing and we start focusing on the nose and the breath and follow the breath, the concentration really deepens. And after that, there comes a point when you start feeling sensations all over your body. And then you start enjoying the sensations, but then you tell us, go back to the breath, follow the breath. So there's constant this, expectation of enjoying the lightness, but again, going back to the breath. So should we lose ourselves in the sensations and feel very light? Is that better, or coming back to the breath and be with the breath again and again and again?
Yes, sir. So if you have been practicing meditation for a long time, right, and then the way you are saying you're feeling your sensations across your body, so that's perfect. But the only thing is the enjoyment part, right? So as long as we are open to saying that there are sensations, I am with the sensation throughout my body, right? But the moment we feel blissful and start enjoying, and then we miss that enjoyment in the subsequent breath, then that's going to be a problem, right? So it's more allowing it to pass through. But as far as 11 days are concerned, because we are going step by step, right, and bringing your focus or attention back to our breath is the right thing, right? So once you finish this course, or maybe you've been practicing meditation, what happens is you sit in meditation, maybe 3 to 5 minutes of equal breathing, 5 to 5 minutes of focus, and immediately you will dive deep into the sensation. Your energy flows go into it, right? So at that time, again, you got to be conscious of your breathing. Your breath, you don't need to bring your attention to your nose, but you need to be centered in our breathing, right? Otherwise, we will go into a lot of other, you'll start enjoying feeling the bliss, right? I mean, a lot of us, folks do meditation purely for the joy or bliss. But then wisdom says you'll have to get beyond that joy or bliss. That is what things like equanimity, the peace, and all that come, right? The answer to your question is, during these sessions, please bring your attention back to your breathing, right? So you'll experience something different when you go beyond.
Thank you.
So good, wonderful. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it. So let's dive into, Vivek.
So I just want to share my experience because of this deep meditation practice which we are undergoing for the past few days. I'm able to distinguish between experiencer and the experienced, observer and the observed, because of which I'm able to avoid false identification of the experienced and the observed. So because of which my mind has become very calm. Emotion also is balanced emotion. My reaction is minimized. And I'm also able to appreciate and undergo that process of Panchakosha. All the 5, I'm able to go through that levels of consciousness. So these are the 2 Wonderful. Things which I have experienced and I wanted to share.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you very much for sharing. Yeah, this is all science and wisdom working. And we allow it to work, it will work the magic on us. We don't need to do unnecessarily. We keep interrupting that processes with our mind and with all the distraction, right? So we allow it to happen, it will happen perfectly. Wonderful. So the whole goal of all spiritual practices and meditation is to realize you are not the thoughts, you are not the body, you are not the feelings. You are the one seeing or listening to those thoughts. You are the one feeling the feelings, right? You are the one that gives movement or life to the body. Yes, absolutely wonderful. That is the whole goal. And that's what this whole framework of mindfulness, right? So first you start becoming observing your body.
Yes.
Then you start observing your breath.
Yes.
Then you start observing your feelings. Then you start observing your mind. The last
Exactly.
thing, you observe the observer who's actually observing all this.
Yes.
Right? So wonderful wisdom. Yes.
It's from duality to oneness.
Yes.
One quick question. There is going to be a weekend program which you will only be conducting. Would it be an overlap with this, or can we attend that also?
You can attend that. There are a lot of things that I can talk about.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the breath also, I can feel, I mean, I think any human will be able to feel it only till the nose. Inside will all be imagination is what I feel. So, I mean, even the lung expanding. So is that...
Yes, a good point.
Your...
Yes. So good point, right? Because we tend to visualize and then start, you said, imagination. A lot of people can do that. I think imagining my breath to be longer or shorter, they try to alter. So good point. So we are not talking about visualization or imagination. I just want you to feel. If you're not feeling your sensations in your lungs, if you're not feeling the movements in your stomach, that's absolutely fine. But over time, you'll feel because they are happening, right? Because of a level of awareness. As our mind becomes calmer, as your because yesterday we spoke about, right? This whole prana is flowing throughout our energy body. Like Mr. Kailash said, you'll start feeling sensation. But for a lot of us, where a lot of blogs, a lot of thoughts are there, the awareness will slowly expand. You will feel sensations. You will feel sensation due to breathing. You will feel, a lot of people will not be able to feel even the sensation to nose. So you will feel that, right? So only when you feel, that is truth, right? The wisdom for you is only when you experience. It's not when we kind of imagine. So good question. So not about imagination or this thing. Yeah, it will happen, but you'll have to kind of feel that. All right. Wonderful. Thank you. So yes, Bhagya ma'am.
Sir, I wanted to share one emotional thing. I have a spastic brother, actually. Deal with such people, like, because we also engage with so many things and all. I used to often shout at him, kind of a thing and all. See, after attending your classes, my behavior slightly changed. For the first time yesterday, I didn't shout at him. And he also responded very nicely with me. So it was very emotional thing for me. Hope I'll continue to do that. Because having known he's a spastic, but still we used to behave. So, thank you so much.
Wonderful. Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. So yes, that's what I mean. As I said, just following the wisdom, following the practice that our yogic masters and all the spiritual masters have given, solves a lot of heartburn, pain for us as well as others. Right? I really appreciate your diligence in practicing this. I really appreciate your appreciation of the benefits of the practice as well. Please continue the practice. Please stay with all of us, and definitely things will improve.
Yes, sir. And then the second thing is, sir, I have a slight confusion, but I want to make it very clear. In the breath, step by step, breathe by breathe, I understand that count will happen. And then in the observation stage, our awareness will be around the nose and inside the nose and all. And then we have to concentrate on our posture and everything, but we are not observing our stomach going in and out. Am I right?
Okay, so observation, there are two stages that we practice, right? First stage is, yes, observing only at the nose, not observing your stomach, not observing your breath and all that. Only your nose, breath is going in, coming out, going in, coming out. That is all we observe, right? The second step today, the one that we introduced today, is following our breath, right? So here is where you observe your breath goes in, Breath goes through your windpipe into your lungs. So there are movements and sensations happening due to your breathing. So your abdomen also goes out and in because of your breathing. So we observe all that. So we observe the breath, any sensations here, any sensations here, because though it is very quick, as soon as you breathe in, your stomach goes out, right? So we are trying to fine tune our awareness to follow that entire process.
That
So in
is
the
called
second step,
following, no, sir.
following, yes.
Yeah. So I'm talking about in the observation period, we no need to follow.
No, so observation is a broad phase. In under observation, first step is focusing. Second is following. Under focusing, you don't follow abdominal breathing. You don't observe the abdomen. Under following, you observe the abdomen.
Okay. And then third thing, sir, like I walk quite brisk, very, fast walking. So will mindful walking can be taken place during that time?
Okay, good question. I missed that point. So when you walk slowly, your mindfulness is a lot better, right? So try to walk slowly first, and then you can do it. In fact, in Pyramid Valley, when we do the stillness retreats, we have people walking very slowly. And a lot of people have come back and said that that is different, because when you walk, a lot of these movements, your mind is keeping occupied, right? When you walk slowly, right, there are a lot of things for you to consider, be aware of. So try slowing your pace and if possible, walk slowly.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Dhruva, sir.
So even before the class started, I put a question. I was having breathing problem, huge breathing problem. So during the meditation, I was not able to count 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. It was irregular. So at that time, what to do?
Yeah, so yes, sometimes we get into those. So that time, please do deep breathing, sir. So deep breathing. Same abdominal breathing. You can do like 4 or 5 counts of deep breathing and see if your breathing rests, right? So so that is one solution. Even after that, if you're not able to follow your breath and follow instructions, just observe your breathing wherever it is. It may not, you drop your counting. That's what, anything that causes discomfort, just let it go, right? So for that day, you can just start observing your normal breath. You don't need to count and all that. But this deep breathing will correct the breathing problem as well. You can try that.
And so another question. While sleeping, can I do the counting breathing? Count breathing while sleeping, going to bed?
Yes, you can. You can do equal breathing. You can do your counting of a breath when going to bed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So let's literally quickly look at some of the questions. Yeah, sir, I see your question here now. Okay. Trying equal breathing, it's always inhaling shorter. Okay. At some point, I'm not aware of anything. How do I know I'm not sleeping? The fact that you are aware that you are not aware of anything means you're conscious, so nothing to worry. Yes, any questions? During following the breath, do we need to follow normal breathing? I end up with doing long or forceful breathing to follow. Yes, very important the question. When you're following your breath, please follow your normal, natural breath cycle. No forceful breathing. Some of us, just for us to feel our breath, we try to alter our breath. No altering of the breath. Just observe whatever you're able to observe. Flowing. We've not got to the flowing process yet. So we're talking about the following your breath. Just follow your breath cycle, right? So that's what we'll do. I'll explain one more time tomorrow when we get into the meditation. All right. So wonderful, my dear friends. I hope it was helpful, and happy to see a lot of your experiences in terms of enhanced awareness and all the questions that you've been. Will definitely love a lot more participation from the class and opening your videos. Really appreciate to all those who've been following this intentionally and experiencing the benefits. So with that, please do your mindful walking and mindful eating. You can use conscious breathing at different parts of the day. So a lot of tools, a lot of wisdom for us to do. All that we need to do is practice. So with that, have a wonderful day, have a mindful day, have a pleasant day. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Thank you.